All right. Well, I'm here with Dave Landry. Very excited to have you with us, Dave. Thanks for sitting down. Thanks for joining us for this launch event. Great to have you.
Glad to be
Um,
here, Grayson.
yeah, we are so excited about your plugin. I've been using your plugin actually a bit in my own charting, and I'm loving it. I love the indicators that are included in there.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
I'm just thrilled to chat with you. Before we really dive into the plugin, though, I thought it'd be good. A lot of our viewers already know you, already watch your stuff on StockCharts TV, and have been following your work. But for those who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background, and kind of how you got to where you are.
Okay. I've been trading for 20 something years. I kind of lost count. After you get past 20, you hate to keep counting.
All run together.
I spent a little time in the hedge fund business,
Gotcha.
and I kind of by accident, I sort of ended up a little bit in retail here years and years ago as part of one of the first websites ever. It was tradingmarkets.com. And I was
Nice.
part of that website, and that was by complete accident. I'd written an article and it got picked up by Stocks and Commodities, and it kind of all
Gotcha.
started from there.
Yeah.
I'm a trend guy. I believe in trend trading, and as the name of my show, and I've trademarked it, Trading Simplified. I believe we try to keep it as simple as possible. The market's either going up, it's going down, or sideways. If it's going up or down, you want to be long, ideally, or short, respectively.
Yeah.
And basically, I just believe in keeping it simple. And, I've tried everything. We all go through a grail hunt where we try 1,000 different indicators. And the real enlightenment comes when you peel all those indicators off and just get back to the charts. And that's why, I don't know if you can see it behind me, but I have the little arrows along with my trademark, Trading Simplified, up, down, and sideways.
I've always loved that. I've always loved your approach, just because, like you're saying, you are simplifying your analysis. You see these people that have a zillion indicators on their charts, and you're looking at everything from such a crazy angle. But your work is just all about seeing the real picture of what's happening. I love that approach. So
thank you. And
your plugin, has some fantastic indicators. I'd love to have you just kind of tell us about your plugin generally. What's included in it, and maybe kind of how you came up with it, where the ideas came from, those kinds of things.
Sure. So with the plugin, first of all, I'm not a huge fan of indicators per se. I think an indicator is more of an illustrator. It shows you what's already in the charts. For instance, I have bow ties, which is a 10 simple, 20 exponential, 30 exponential moving average. And there's some patterns that are based on the crossing of those averages. And also the proper order, which is actually also in one of the plugins. And you could just look at the chart, but sometimes you might not see these things that are actually in the chart, and that visual representation can really help. So I like to look at a lot of charts every day. I probably look at 2,000 charts every day with no indicators whatsoever. Every day, that's part of my analysis. But then with the ACP platform, I'm able to go in and see some things visually that I might have missed, especially in markets that I'm very interested in. And a lot of things were kind of discovered by accident, like the Landry light was discovered with a programmer years ago. And I said, hey, could you show me a way to represent this graphically when the low is greater than the moving average? And the Landry light comes from an article I wrote in 1995, dating myself here, for Stocks and Commodities. It goes way back then. But what's kind of cool about this is it gives you that visual representation where you can see, okay, if it's nice and green, you have a trend. If it's nice and red, you have a downtrend. And if it's red and green or nothing, then you have nothing in between. And the same thing goes for the bow tie proper order indicators. It's either red, green, or yellow, kind of like a little bit like a traffic light if you think about it. So red means down, yellow means kind of in between or caution, and then green, of course, means up.
Yeah. I love the visuals of your indicator. I've been really having some fun playing around with the Landry light indicator specifically.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it.
It's fantastic. And, I should mention, you've got 6 indicators in your plugin. It's a free plugin. I'm excited about it just because they're fantastic indicators and they're free. It's like there's no reason for someone to not go get your plugin. So for all of our people that are watching, definitely go get Dave's plugin. It's totally free. It's such a fantastic addition to ACP. I'm curious to hear, Dave, sort of what you think we're speaking about, adding this plugin to your ACP experience. What do you think someone should expect to get out of it? What are the benefits of your plugin? What is it going to bring to their experience?
Okay. One thing, just kind of by accident, is recently, because all these markets have been trending so well, I've been explaining that, okay, look, everything works better with trend. My stuff doesn't always work this great, but I'm a trend follower, so it works well when the trends are, are trending. And one thing that we kind of backed into, and that's the fun part about teaching, you learn a lot in the process.
Yeah.
But like with the Landry light, with a 30-day EMA, when you have like a nice trend, at least 10 bars or more of that Landry light, and then you have that pullback to the EMA, it's very easy for someone new to trading to recognize.
Yeah.
And I've really been enjoying it myself, and I've been using it in a variety of markets, and I'm actually expanding that out a little bit into things like Forex, but I started using it in Bitcoin recently, and I've been watching a lot of these go-go stocks have pulled back nicely to the 30 EMA. So that's kind of like a hidden benefit that I never really thought about, those what I call the Landry light pullbacks. And it's something easy for somebody to see graphically. Now the bow tie ribbons, or not the ribbons, but the proper order is another indicator that'll help to keep you on the right side of the market. So I think that's a really good indicator. You could use it on a weekly, you could use it on daily, you could use it on an intraday chart. It works on all time frames, and I think that's kind of cool. We also added what I call the buy line, and that could be used for market timing, and that's 10% below the 50-week high, and you could actually adjust those parameters for other markets if you wanted. But the combination of that and just a simple moving average, along with the percent away from close, which is also in the plugin. And I realize it's not enough time to teach the whole system now, but I've done Trading Simplified shows just on that. So you now have that indicator, and it's I call it the TFM system, 10% system. TFM, my nickname is Trend Following Moron, which is a story in and of itself. I was offended when I was first called that, but then I realized that, hey, maybe I am just a trend following moron. So
lean into it.
Yeah, that's lean into it. Amen. But yeah, it's really simple market timing system. And it has a little lag in it, but that's okay. It's like it would have got you out like in February or March would have been fantastic, but it would have been a little bit late getting you back into the market. That's the downside of a V-shaped type of market and all. And there are other things that get you in, such as the proper order, and that's like on a weekly basis, that system. So a lot of cool things in there. Volatility is something that was not part of StockCharts platform. And I've got that. It's called Landry volatility, but it's just historical volatility. So it doesn't, I didn't invent that or anything, but that's kind of cool to show you when the market might be getting to an extreme as far as like a bottom. And then it's really good to plot on individual issues to make sure the issue is volatile enough for trading, but maybe not crazy volatile. So a lot of good stuff. And if I say so myself, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I know you probably want to party with me, but but I've really been enjoying it. And it's visual, being able to see some of these things visual and easy to recognize. And just one more point. It's like with the bow ties. When I came up with the bow ties, I never dreamed they would be as popular as they are. But the reason they're popular is because people can wrap their head around it, because you could actually see the moving averages come together and form a little pattern. It's like, okay, well, I can recognize that pattern, then maybe I could possibly trade off of that pattern.
Yeah. I think that one of the best benefits of the plugin and combining it with ACP is actually something you mentioned. I'm so glad that you brought up your show, Trading Simplified, on StockCharts TV. The way that those interact, you've got this plugin, you've got this amazing charting platform and the tools there. But then the fact that people actually get to see you on a weekly basis, hear your take on the market, see you use those indicators from that plugin, I think that's a tremendous benefit. Your appearances on StockCharts TV combined with the plugin really kind of bring those together, and I think that's a powerful package.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of fun, and since everything's been working out, following through, it's been really cool. I borrowed Dave Keller's concept of the mystery chart. And I'll put out a mystery chart, and a lot of times I'm using the ACP simple little pullback to the moving average. And then not all the time, we've had a few stinkers here and there, but in a lot of cases, we've had a lot of things take off after being a mystery chart. And that's what's kind of fun. It's like, okay, I'm going to show you how this works. Here's a setup here, and let's just see what happens. And sometimes they fail miserably. Believe me, I drop F-bombs. I don't know if I could reach it, but on my other desk over here, one of my clients actually sent me, it's a little bomb with an F on it, so I still have a pulse, and I still get very emotional.
No, yours is definitely one of the more fun shows that we got on SCTV. One of the more
thank you.
Ones. But, I'm curious, Dave, to get your what are your first impressions of ACP? I mean, you've been obviously developing this plugin for a while, and so, you've had a great opportunity to play around with the platform. But when you first saw it, and as you've been using it more, what are your impressions of it?
I'm blown away that you could do so much in a browser.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that I could go anywhere in the world, literally, with this and have the same exact thing and be able to log in, and it's all there. And I do use a lot of tools. I've probably got about 6 or 7 different tools. Obviously, StockChart Classic is one of them. But this is just something that's really neat, and I've been playing with it more and more and trying to, as you know, incorporate more of what I do into it. So I have it right here in ACP. But yeah, it's a really powerful tool. I'm looking forward to learning a lot more about it and some of the features and getting things working a little bit better for my taste and all. But just little things like I just figured out how to do the watch list and all, and that's been kind of cool with all these markets trending. And it's like there's probably a presentation in the future. You know, I've done this before where I talk about how everything works better with trend, and we'll pull up some Forex, we'll pull up Bitcoin, we'll pull up stocks, we'll pull up indices. And, you know, right now, all these things are working great. I can't guarantee it won't stop this afternoon, but it's been really fun. And the plugin has really helped me do that. And ACP is really a really neat tool. You know, one thing that I did with it, I did some intraday research and just being able to scroll backwards in time. It's like I accidentally find all these different things, but I was like, okay, I got some ideas. So I scroll way back in time, and then I walk forward, test. You know, little things like that that probably nobody even thought about doing that you can easily do with the platform. So really been enjoying it.
That interactivity, I think, is a huge feature. You know, just there's so many different ways that can really enhance your view of the markets. And you know, specifically combined with the fantastic indicators that are in your plugin, being able to sort of see those interactively is just great. You know, Dave, we are so grateful to be partnered with you. We're so excited to be partnering with you on this plugin, and to bring that to the show as well, to sort of all, you know, tie it all in. It's just great. You know, I'd love to hear just kind of your thoughts on how it's been working with us and building this plugin and everything. Do you have anything to say there?
Yeah, you know, it's been fantastic, and the you know, it's almost a little bit of a pinch me moment that I'm able to be a part of all these other traders and all. But yeah, in the client, I tell you one thing that I never realized is the caliber of client that StockCharts has. It's like, you know, I don't want to talk bad about anyone, but it's like, you know, sometimes some people will come to you from other places, and they're just they're skeptical of everything, and they expect everything to be perfect and all. And it's like the StockChart client is just, they're a little bit smarter, you know, and they understand how markets work, and they're not so much get rich quick. And it's just been a wonderful thing being able to interact with those people. And that's one thing. And again, you know, it's kind of a pinch me moment being able to connect with all these other traders that are part of StockCharts. It's been fantastic.
It's a great way of putting it. You know, I think a lot of that is it really comes down to the education that you guys put out on your StockCharts TV shows. I mean, you're a perfect example of that. Someone who's really educating people on how to use the tools, how to use the features, and then how to see the markets kind of through, you know, your eyes. It's just fantastic. You know, Dave, I want to thank you so much for building this plugin with us, for getting it out there, for making it free. I think that's actually a really cool thing that you decided to do. That's just very special. And I want to thank you for all the work that you're doing on your show as well, and for joining us today. Just really great to have you. If people want to keep following your work and keep in touch and all that, where can they find you? I know you got your website, you got your show. Where can people?
2 links. One, davelandry.com/StockCharts.
Great.
And from that link, I'll give you all the presentations that I've done, links to the presentations for StockCharts.
Awesome.
My 3 books, the whole 9 yards. You know, get to know me from there. Yeah. And if you need to reach me directly, davelandry.com/contact. And that's it.
That's great. Well, definitely everyone look for Dave's show on StockCharts TV, and especially go get his plugin. It is a free extension to ACP, just such a great addition, and there's no reason not to get it. So Dave, I want to thank you so much for being here. Really looking forward to continuing to use your plugin in my own work. I mean, I'm really enjoying it so far. So it's been
well, thank you, Grayson. I appreciate it.
Hey, Grayson Roze here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.